Hey makers, this is Truveen and in this episode I am going to talk about how we can add custom canvas pages into model driven app. This is the new feature that just been rolled out couple of months ago and this fills the gap in between canvas app and model driven app. Now you can pass the context from your canvas app to model driven app very easily. So in this entire session series we will be talking about this concept in detail. One more important announcement. I launched my own Instagram page where I'm uploading short content on Power Platform. So don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and Twitter handle. So without wasting much time, let's get started and talk about Canvas pages into model driven apps. First of all, let me show you the end outcome that we are going to achieve over here inside this particular session. So basically, in both of these two episodes, I am going to cover this entire scenario. In the first episode, basically, we will create one model driven page with the custom canvas pages integrated over here. So this is the responsive and custom canvas pages inside the model driven app. Now, whenever we click anything from our custom canvas pages, basically it will redirect us to the model driven form. So basically it is passing the context from canvas page to model driven app. Now, same way if we go here and so this is the custom gallery page created with the canvas app, and now if I select any item from this gallery, it will open the appropriate item from out of the box model driven edit form. So this is how the context is passed from canvas to model driven. Now same thing applicable over here as well. In the second episode, what we are going to cover here is, let's say for an example, this is my model driven app and I want to customize this type of model ribbon and command action. So I can customize that as well. And this is also something which is using the PowerFX code. So let's say whatever the canvas page that we have created, if you open that as a, then we can customize that command action and open our pages in the sidebar like this. Also, we can open up the same page as a full page, as well as we can open the same page in the center dialog as well. So when I click on the center dialog, so it is opening the page like this inside this center. Also, I have one more surprise for you, where in second episode I am going to embed some of the custom Power Apps component framework visual. So those are the PCF component which are built for some graphical presentation. So I am going to add them to the canvas page and I will show you into my second episode. So this is the overall goal. So first of all, we will create the canvas page inside the model driven app, and after that we will customize the command action bar on the top. So without further delay, let's get started and talk more about the development process. First of all, let me talk about the entire end-to-end business scenario that we are going to cover here, and let me talk about what I have already built, right? So first of all, in order to get started with, basically you need to start with the solution. So I have created one solution called IT Help Desk. Now inside that solution, I have created one Dataverse table and one Canvas app already. That Canvas app is something which is for end user to add the ticket request, and IT help desk is something like every day every user is facing any issue like VM configuration, hardware and software. They can basically raise the ticket, and that ticketing system is managed and backed by the Dataverse as a data source, and as an admin from model driven app you can edit and customize it. Now let's get started and talk about the table structure which I have built here. So inside this solution I have created one table called tickets. Now in tickets, basically I have taken couple of fields. So let me talk about those fields first. So first of all, let me just filter it out by custom, and over here I have taken a field called name as a primary column. Then there is a description of the ticket. Then there is a category for that ticket. So category should be like a hardware, software, VM or configuration. Then what should be the priority for that issue. The priority would be high or low. If user wanted to add any attachment, we have provided the attachment field as well with the data type file. And after that we have configured the different statuses, like by default whenever it is created it is not assigned, then as an admin you can assign that to someone else and change the status to pending, in progress or completed. And for assignment of the ticket I have provided two text column assigned to name and assigned to email. So this is the basic Dataverse table architecture. And on top of that I have created one more thing, that is estimated completed date. So this is something which I have configured with one business rule, that whenever the ticket is created after 2 days is something which is considered as a estimated completed date. So this is optional, you can keep it, or you, if you don't want to have, you can ignore that as well. But here just for the concept of business rule use, I have used that particular thing. Now apart from this particular table creation, what I have done is I have customized my view and my form. So to customize the view, basically I just went to the view section and click on the active tickets. Now let me just open up the view over here, and over here you are able to see that this is the modern editor to customize the view. Now if you wanted to move through the different fields, you can simply drag and drop, and if you just simply want to add any new field, you can simply drag and add that to your view, right? So this is how you can simply add or remove the field, and once you are done, click on save and publish. So this is also something like, if you already watched my model driven step by step series, I have explained this everything over there, and model driven step by step series link is also available in the description box. Same way, in the fast forward process I have customized my form as well. So form is something like whenever you are created for the first time, it only has a few fields. Now based upon our requirement we can customize our own form as well. So over here I have completed that part as well. So if you open up this editor, here in the field section you are able to see all the fields that you wanted to make as a part of your form. And let's say there are different other options as well provided here, like if you wanted to add any layout or change any layout, you can change it from here. And this form is something which is responsive in nature, and once you are done with the changes, save and publish the changes, right? So this is the prerequisites that I have already done over here in the Dataverse table. Now to complete this scenario, I have created one Canvas app as well. So I have created one app called IT Help Desk. This is totally optional. Depending on your choice, you can create the Canvas app. If you don't want to create, then only it is fine, but it's totally up to you. But here basically I just wanted to show the entire scenario, that end user will use Canvas app, admins can use model driven app. So that's why I have built this particular app. But if you just wanted to skip that part, it's totally up to you, no worries on that part. So here the IT help desk Canvas app is being opened, and now here you can see two buttons are there, add and my request. Using add button, basically you can just submit your ticket, and using my request you are able to view all the requests created by you, right? So this is something which I have built over here. Now let's move towards the main topic for today, which is adding a custom pages into model driven app. So let's get started. In order to do that, I recommend everyone to open up the solution first. So here I have created a solution called IT Help Desk. Now inside that solution itself, I already added my Dataverse table and Canvas app. Now it's time to create the model driven app. For that, click on new app and model driven app. Now use the modern app designer and click on create. Just provide the name of your app. I just provided the name as IT Help Desk Admin and clicking on create. My app has been created successfully. So this is the modern layout for the model driven app. Now from here, first of all, let's add our out of the box form and grid. For that, click on add page, and over here there is an option table based view and form. So let's select and click on next and select the entity. So my Dataverse table name was ticket. So I'm selecting that and clicking on add. So that will add default view and forms for the ticket entity. Now over here in the, if you go to the navigation, you are able to see area, group and sub area. So if you just wanted to change the name of your group, you can easily change it from here. So let me just change the name as IT help desk. And whenever you are changing that, you are able to see that as a preview. So this is something which is being added as a group, and inside that there is a ticket section. Now at the very beginning, as I shown you in the demo, that I want to build this type of home page, and which is something created from the Canvas app. So how can we create this type of Canvas page inside this model driven app? Now let's see that. So I head over to my model driven app and I went to the pages section. Now over here there is an option called add pages, and now we need to add custom pages. Now custom pages is something which is in preview at this moment, and you just simply need to click on next. Now here there is an option that you want to create a new custom page or you want to use existing custom page. So basically I want to create a new custom page over here, and if you select the existing custom page, it will show you all the custom pages that you have created earlier, and if you want to reutilize anything, you can do it from here. But I'm going to create a new custom page from here, and let me just provide my page name as IT grid and click on add. So once you click on add, basically it will create a new Canvas app page for you. So when you create any type of Canvas page, it is creating this type of Canvas app experience for you. The only difference in between the Canvas app and this Canvas pages is that in Canvas app actually we have the menu section on the top, but here we need to add everything from the left navigation. Now let's get started and connecting our data source over here inside our Canvas page and start developing the grid for us. So for that, let's connect our Dataverse table called ticket. So I'm just adding my ticket data source over here. And the beauty of Canvas pages is that, like Canvas app, it is supporting many data sources, while in model driven app it only supports the Dataverse as a data source. So this is something which is filling the gap in between Canvas and model driven. Here you can use any data source. Here you can create the pixel perfect layout. Here you can build anything that you want and easily integrate into your model driven page by passing the context from model driven to Canvas as well. So let's see how. So here I connected Dataverse table. Now it's time to add the grid structure. So by default, remember one thing, this particular Canvas app or Canvas pages is something which is not providing responsive layout by default, while in model driven responsive layout is supported in out of the box manner. Now thanks to responsive container, by using which we can make the Canvas pages responsive. So we need to use the concept of container over here in order to build the grid. So for that, let's get started and let's first add one main container. So just go here and just go to the layout section, and from here let's add one main container. Now set the width as parent.width and height as parent.height. Parent.width as a parent.width and here parent.height, and let's just make that x and y as 0 0. So it looks like this. Now let's just rename my container as main container. Now it's time to add one more horizontal container inside that. So let's add one horizontal container, and this is something which I wanted to use for the header. So let's just rename this as header container. Let's just make its width as parent.width, and let's make its height as, or maybe let me just reduce up to 100, so it looks like header. And let's set its position x and y as 0 0. so it's set properly. Now let's provide the color for this particular container. So I'm just providing this color for my header, and after that let's add one label inside that. So I'm just going insert and adding one label control. Let's provide the header for our label, IT help desk 1.0, align in container as a stretch. Let me turn on the flexible width, turn on, and let me just change the font color, and let's change the alignment in the center. Now here we need to open up new form from model driven app, so we need to add one plus icon as well. So over here let's add one shape, add icon, and this has been added over here. Now let me do one thing, let me just provide the width as 50 pixel, and let me just change the font color as white, alignment in the container as a stretch, and let's select width property as 90 pixel, right? So it is looking nice. So our header is created. Now it's time to add the gallery. For that, go to the tree view and select your main container and add one more responsive horizontal container. So I'm just adding one more container over here, and let's just set its parent.width and parent.height. So width is something which is parent.width, and height is something like it should be parent.height minus your header's height. So just copy the ID for your header container. So this is the ID of the header container. So let's just set this container's height accordingly. So height is nothing but a parent.height minus this container header container dot height, right? So this will set perfectly, and now let's set X and Y. So I'm just dragging and placing it properly, right? So this is our body container. So let's rename that to body container, and now inside that we need to create our own custom gallery. For that we need to add gallery control inside that. So let's add one vertical gallery and just provide the data source. So I'm providing tickets as a data source, and now over here you are able to see different type of cards. Now basically we need to customize this. For that basically let's just remove this image and let's add couple of cards over here. Now let's just increase the size of my cards over here. So I'm just selecting gallery control. I'm increasing template size to 150, so I have a better space. Now I need to add some more cards over here. So I'm just started to add different cards. I'm just copying and pasting these cards. Now this is the title field. So let's configure the different properties. This item dot name. After title I need who has created this request. So I basically need the property this item dot created dot full name. Category. So I will just write this item dot category. Then I need priority. So this item dot priority. And at last I've just wanted to have the date field, right? So this is done. Now let's just apply some formatting inside our labels. So basically I have added 5 different labels over here, and I applied the font color, font size, and font weight as semi bold, and just arrange it properly. If the priority is high, it should show the red color, else it should show the black color. So we will select that particular label and just select the color property, and we will add an action. If this item dot priority is equal to priority dot high, then this else black. Now to make this gallery responsive, we need to set one more important property. Just select your gallery, and over here there is an option wrap count. So select that, and inside that you need to provide your screen name, that is screen1.size, and that is something which will make this particular gallery responsive. Screen1.size. And here we are. You can see it automatically wraps everything over here, and we are able to see this kind of card. Now we need to provide some color for our template fill. So just open up the gallery and select the property template fill, and inside that let's provide this color, and it is looking like this. And now let's select the gallery and add the template padding. So let's add template padding as 10 pixel, and this is looking like this, right? It looks really cool. Now if you wanted to set your another properties as center, or you wanted to set the alignment, you can do that, but at this moment our gallery is created successfully, and this gallery is something which is responsive in nature. Now one more important thing, as we have created this canvas page over here inside this model driven, you can create the single page only. Now if you wanted to enable the multiple pages, basically you need to go to the setting and go to the display setting, and from here you need to enable multiple screen. Then only you can create the multiple pages into this canvas page. Now the recommendation here is to create a single canvas page. Now the question is that we have created our canvas app. Now on new button, basically I wanted to open the out of the box model driven form. Then how can we do that? So for that, basically you need to add one single line of PowerFX code, and the code is basically you need to navigate yourself to the default form of the ticket table. So you need to type here on select navigate function, and inside that you need to use default, and inside that you need to pass tickets. Right, and that is something which will redirecting you to your out of the box new form. And now let's say if I selected any of this particular item, then I should redirect to appropriate edit form for the model driven page. Then how can we do that? For that we simply need to select the gallery and write the on select event for the same. So on select, and inside that you simply need to provide this item, navigate this item. Now once we are done, we need to save and publish our changes. So let's save our page here, and now it's time to publish. And the page has been saved successfully, and when you are saving for the first time, it will published as well. Now let's do one more thing. Let's add our custom page inside the model driven app, and that is something we already did when we click on the add custom page. At that time we redirected over here. Now we need to go back to our model driven app, and you can see you are able to see this kind of error, page not found, page needs to be included into model driven app pages list and then republished. Now here we need to do only one step, we simply need to publish our model driven app as well, and that's how that particular page will also be appear over here inside this model driven section. So let's see. The page is being published, and now we need to refresh our preview, and here we are able to see this beautiful pixel perfect responsive gallery as a canvas page inside our model driven app. Now let's just play this particular app, and let's see how it is looking like and how it is passing the context from your Canvas pages to model driven app. So this is really amazing feature. Now let me just move towards the home page of Canvas that we created over here. So this is the Canvas home page and it is responsive in design. So when you changes the position of your browser, it is changing it accordingly, right? Now let me click on the new button and that will redirect you to the new form from the model driven. And now I'm going again here and now I'm selecting any item from here like need headsets, and when I click on that, it will redirecting me to the edit form of the model driven. Clicking on need headset and that will redirected me to the edit form from model driven. So this is how the navigation between Canvas page and model driven app is work. We will see the another part into my second episode where we will be passing the context from model driven to Canvas app, as well as we will check couple of more command action bar and how we can customize that. We will see that into later part. So stay tuned to my next episode as well. If you like this video helpful, hit thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from my channel. I created a dedicated channel for short content on Power Platform called Digital Dhruvin. Subscribe the channel and show your love over here as well. If you are looking for consultancy, here is the website link. If you wanted to follow me on all my social media handles, click on this link. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well. And if you wanted to listen audio podcast, this is the dedicated podcast channel. With this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next session with some amazing content. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye.